Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to Your Soul 3 with me, Lise. And this is going to be a general message for my air signs. Hey, Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. For some reason, fire sign and air sign readings, it did not upload, so you get a brand new reading. And the decks that wanted to come out for you, air signs, was the Colorful Neon Tarot and the Native American Oracle cards. When we end things, we'll get some messages from that. All right, let's hop in. But before we do, some Nag Shampa. This is the spiritual Nag Shampa for me, and some for you. So for those who do like Nag, I personally like the original Satya from India. It's literally pressed flowers and wood. It's all natural. They have the regular scented and the spiritual scented. So the regular is in the blue and white packet, and you can always tell that it's legit because it will be taped and says Satya on it. And the spiritual one is the yellow one, but you have to make sure that you get it when it says spiritual, because there's other yellow ones that are not. All right, these are the two that I found that smell the best, but you can decide for you. And then for smudging or for bunches, cedar, eucalyptus, sage, I just think it's kind of overrated. And I also think it's a huge disrespect to the Native Americans because that is actually a sacred plant to them. So I try to stay away from white sage for that reason. And also because sage has become almost like it's not becoming endangered, but they're making like sage farms now because they're not finding it as much in the wilderness, which I'm not down with. So if you are someone that does like sage, you could think about grandmother sage, or AKA blue sage. That's one way to go. But you know what? Eucalyptus, cedar, Palo Santo all do the same things, and those smell great. So it's up to you. But that's where we're at, and 2:22 on the clock. So you could have been making a decision on which way that you are. There's some sort of decision that you need, that you like. There's something like that, a decision, 2:22. But let's see, right? Let's see what the tarot says. All right, show me and guys, I apologize for my voice. I'm getting over sickness. I think I had the flu, so that's why the readings also took longer when I realized that they hadn't uploaded. There was just no way I could get on here and talk. It was like I had lost my voice, and I was so congested. It was like hell to the motherfucking no. But that just means the message is here now. So let's go, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini, gems of my eye. Let's hop in. Show me for the air signs, what's their vibe right now? Where are they vibing at? I'm hearing 2. We'll see. I don't think it means 2. We'll see though, because we saw 222 and I was hearing 2, so that might be like choices, paths, something like that, or we'll see. Show me where they're vibing at for Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. Damn. Okay, your vibe is interesting, air signs. What you're doing is you're peeping on your own happiness. That's what's up. Like, that's literally what this says. The 10 of Cups to the Page of Swords. You're peeping on your own happiness. You're like, what works for me? You're figuring out that's exactly what it is. 10 of Cups to the Page of Swords. Bottom, now we all know by now, first card's always the strongest, but the bottom of the deck is what the read's about. So it's about celebration, friendships. It's a lot of fun. And this is fitting for you, air signs, because you're very carefree in that way. A lot of mental energy here too. With the Page of Swords, you're already out here. So it's like you're peeping, P-E-E-P-I-N-G, peeping on what makes you happy emotionally, what works for you. So this could be a relationship, this could be finance, career, this could be, it's going to be different for everyone, so take it how it resonates. Make it fit, but don't force it. If it doesn't apply, let it motherfucking fly. All right? And then we have the 3 of Cups at the bottom. And then, it's showing me, there it is. Oh, air signs. I don't like this. It's giving me a little backstory on what happened. you're peeping on what makes you happy. You're like trying to figure out like what makes you happy. You're learning something about yourself, that what makes you emotionally happy, because you kept running, for not all of you, but for some of you, you kept running into betrayals. Every time you'd move forward, you were hopping in. It might have been like the same type of energy, different people like that, because you needed to fix something in yourself. That you didn't want to look at. You thought you could just, now this isn't going to be for everyone, and we all know I'm your big sis, so sometimes I say things that you may not want to hear, but you need to, right? Because this channel is for self-growth. I had the heater on in the room, so I'm like, I'm still sick, so sometimes I sweat when I'm sick, like we all do. So there's that, all right? But I'm still a good person, so who gives a fuck? All right. But yeah, it's like that. You were being strategic, but you just kept like, or you were being like, I don't want to say sneaky, but it's like you were trying to, in finding what was making you happy, you were running into a lot of different betrayals, and because you were not looking at yourself to see why this was happening. Why is this happening with Tom, Dick, and Harry? Or I don't know, or the female version of Tom, Dick, and Harry, right? Like, you just weren't figuring it out, why I keep meeting the same energy in different faces. It's because the patterns are going to keep repeating until we fix what is broken in ourselves that is attracting those things in us, right? It's a lesson, but a lot of times with air signs, because I don't want to say move by the seat of your pants, but Aquarius, you do, but not in a bad way. It's just how kind of Aquarius does. Libra, you're more so, well, I mean, you're kind of that way too. Gemini, you are more of a balance of the mind and heart. Libra, it's like you think that something is gonna, like, you go all in, and then when you figure out it's not that way, you're like, bam, I put the kibosh down, right? See you later, bye. But you give a lot of chances. Aquarius will just move on to the next. Gemini can be like that too, but you have more of a balance of your mind and heart. It's just the way how the planets align in your sign, right? So it's going to be different for everyone, but that's what we're looking at. And let's see what the situation is. Show me the situation for my air signs. Libra's in the house, so we're talking about air signs, and this is the major arcana for Libra, Justice. So it's like the situation is, and then we also see the King of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles wants to pop out, as well as the Hierophant. See, those are signs to me as a personal reader. So the situation is Justice, King of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. You may have put the kibosh down on some shit, and you're like, I'm not dealing with that. Fuck that and fuck you. Bam, there's my sword. What's fair is fair, period, right? It may be attractive to someone. It could be a fire sign, doesn't have to be. But you're like looking the other way. It's like a fire sign looking at you while you have, you're just kind of looking straight ahead. Your sword's over here, they're looking here, and it's like, you can only come so far before I fucking cut you with that. The fucking sword of truth, period. Then we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is moving away into the Hierophant, as you can see. So you see how it's, the King of Wands is looking at Justice, right? Sort of like with the staff, like blocking here, not blocking, but sort of like, kind of like the King of Wands staring at the Justice, but they're in their own way, right? And you're like, I don't care if you come over, because if you do, that's cool. I'm facing this way, but my sword's right motherfucking here. It's like that. Because the Ace of Pentacles is coming into the Hierophant, which means financial abundance, as well as away from this. And the only way for you to get this gift from Spirit, and what that is, the work that you've put in to get this, is to start over elsewhere. And that's what I'm getting for you. Let's see what's in your blind spot, air signs, and we'll go from there. What is in the air signs blind spot? What don't they see coming? Oh, I love this for fucking you. I love this. There is a death to any kind of like weak energy that's like charming and confusion. It's just like, this can be seen as like sort of like a charmer energy, but this is someone that is here for a good time, but not a long time, and it's pathetic. It's usually a weak, if it's a man, it's a weak man. It's a feminine boy. If it's a woman, this is kind of like a finesser, right? Bringing a cup, but it's bringing a cup to confusion. You're ending anything that's like, I don't repeat myself, I don't explain myself, and anything that's fucking confusing can get the fuck out. That's what you don't see coming, is your decision on Scorpios in the house. You could be dealing with a Scorpio, you could have a lot of Scorpio in your chart, or this is simply saying you're taking on Scorpionic energy, which I do believe we have some planets in Scorpio now. So it's like you're putting an end to this shit and you're starting over, starting anew. And anything, wow, look at this. Anything that isn't that, you are rejecting for your own happiness, and like, period. And you could give a fuck who it upsets. Like, they can take those, that's not your anxiety. Yes, it is an air sign card, but it's not your anxiety, right? It's also saying that not to be fearful of this change that wants to come in, because sometimes we have to let things go that don't fucking work, and to find out what does. So it's like, you know, leaving a whole era of your life behind, a way of doing things, a way of being, maybe like changing your type, right? Like, as we grow, we learn, oh, this shit is fucking for the birds. Listen, ladies. All right, I'll get to the men in a minute, but listen, ladies, when you find out that a man is weak, you don't stick around, and you definitely don't ask for help. You just let sleeping weak motherfuckers lie. See you later, bye-bye. We don't get into drama with this shit, because this type of energy only knows how to be weak and manipulative and just pathetic. So it's like, right, if this is for my men, masculines, this type of energy, if a female, is the helpless chick that will finesse and just sell you a dream but deliver a motherfucking nightmare. And some of you, you know, if you keep that up, you could end up in jail with like a DV on you. You know, you don't want that. And so you're going to learn, and it's going to put others in anxiety, because they're like, oh fuck, I can't bring Aquarius, Libra, Gemini down to my level. What the fuck can I do now? Because I certainly refuse to rise up, and now they're not stooping to my level. Oh my fucking God, what now? None of my tricks are working. Yikes, get a life, loser, is what I say. And it looks like that's what you're saying. You're rejecting anything that isn't for you, or you will be, right? And it might be because too, for some of you, the thing is there was a gift that you thought was a gift, that was someone that maybe you thought was from spirit, but it wasn't. This was just an old pattern or an old cycle coming back, different face, same energy, you know, it's like that. Let's see what the advice is for my air signs. What's the advice? Fuck yes. Aries is in the house, major arcana for Aries, and Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces are in the house. The advice is to be the boss that you are, period. The Emperor is all four kings in one, so it's like, bring out that like sovereign masculine energy of like, I am, yeah, like a boss. And the advice is, if you, it's like stoic, but like, this is just how it is. I don't, the Emperor doesn't compromise, doesn't need to. The Emperor has everything that they need. They're seeking what they want, period. And if you don't meet the criteria, they don't even waste their fucking time to tell you that. You can go ahead and think whatever when they're the fuck out. You can just be left in like, what happened? What? They don't care, because the Emperor, the advice is to be in boss energy and look for the partnership there. Now, this could be love, but this also can be a deep friendship. This could also be something that you love in business. So you can take it all the different ways, right? And that's what we got here. Let's see what the Native American Oracle cards have to say for final thoughts. And we will read from the book, because I don't know these Oracle cards by heart. I have too many decks. That's just some of them. That's not all of them. So let's see for final thoughts for my Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. Okay, I'm hearing one more. So we're going to get one more. Give me one more, Spirit. Just one, please. Thank you. Love how Spirit works. All right, you have 14 and 11, and we are going to read from the book. So let's do that, and then we're out of here. All right, all right. So 14. They're in different there's several different languages, so it's going to take me a minute to find the one in English. Okay, 14. Kokopelli and the Demiurge. Risk. Kokopelli is the young god of music and fertility. His flute, a phallic symbol, so the male phallic, right, evokes and promotes fertility in both the fields and in the animal kingdom. As he plays his flute, snake or sexual energy wakens, and the natural forces of the world stir to life. Kokopelli's consort was also honored as the mother of the divine race. All children born with the special talents are descended from her. We are reminded that whenever we step into our personal power or gifts, we are tapping into the powerful energy of Kokopelli. We can never be quite sure what the results will be or what energies we will awaken, just that those results will unfold quickly and they will be positive when you invoke that. The message: be courageous and use your gifts. Do not shy away from risks, but engage life with your whole body, mind, heart, and spirit. Awesome. Then we have, which also is like the Emperor energy, if we're to look at it in comparison, because that's awesome. 1 + 4 is 5, so there are a lot of changes coming in, and then we have 11 here, which breaks down to a 2. So let's see what 11 has to say. I like this for you a lot. 11 is the crow. Crow is a rich, powerful symbol, being very closely associated with the shamans, who are not afraid to travel through the invisible world. Like shamans, crows can be tricksters, which is the type of teacher. Crow foretells experiences that may be unexpected but full of wisdom. Crow is also very smart and uses his wisdom to create and organize culture, exhibiting the right use of power, and thereby creates more power. The Shippopo stick is made with various woods with various associations, and often painted green and a light blue and adorned with feathers. It was used by various tribes to seek grace from the gods to guarantee fertility. And fertility can mean children, sure, but it can also mean fertility, plentifulness in the life that you are looking to create or recreate, right? All of life is a lesson. Learn the lessons, be smart, and practice the right use of power. And don't take yourself so seriously. That's a good one for you, air signs. And it's also saying that a good time that this could come around, or it could have started in October, or change is coming later in October, because it's like the month when we're changing, leaves are falling, it's getting prepared, it's preparing to get rid of the old. But we also saw the Death card, we also saw the Hierophant, which is what I'm getting from both of these, like the Death card, also the Hierophant. So I mean, it tracks for what we the reading tonight. And that is what I have for you, beautiful air signs. Don't forget to hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe, comment, share, follow. Thanks, guys.